Hey, I'm back with another video and I feel a little bit more motivated to actually do YouTube. Yesterday I posted something on YouTube where I said I would cut a video, an YouTube video, and I would upload that. But I'm not gonna do that anymore because it was a spontaneous idea. But then I've decided no, I want to focus on my art and I want to just stay with those talking videos, and maybe when I travel, I don't know when that will happen. When I travel, I'm going to film travel vlogs. This is the only thing I'm gonna do. Beside that, I'm just gonna do talking videos. So, I'm here and I'm feeling much better right now. Already yesterday I felt kind of good. And yeah, today I also feel kind of good about myself. I don't really have a big depression going on right now. That's really great, you know. And yeah, I don't grow. My YouTube channel is not growing at the moment. You know, I'm staying at the same number. Most of my subscribers don't watch my videos. Sometimes I look at this number and I feel like it's gonna stay like this forever, you know? Sometimes I'm thinking, because when I was like around 16 years old, I was doing my first videos on my YouTube channel. I don't have those videos on my channel anymore, but I did videos, and to that time I was growing much faster. I was growing like 3 subscribers a week, you know? And I'm not growing at the moment, which kind of sucks at a way, but it doesn't hurt me too much. Like, I don't care that much about it. You know, I'm just looking optimistic in the future that I'm gonna grow in the future. I wonder when I'm gonna reach 1,000 subscribers. I think this is going to take me a long time, you know. I saw a video of a female YouTuber. She is a big famous channel right now, and she needed like 5 years to get 1,000 subscribers, you know. A year ago I had a time where I was growing much faster, you know. It was, I think, in half of a year I grown like was growing from 150 to 300 subscribers. I mean, now I'm at the number of 600, and I can be proud of this number. Like, I already grow my channel in a way, which is really cool, you know. But I don't really grow at the moment, and I don't know if just uploading, talking is the best way in growing your channel. I know I don't really take a lot of effort into my thumbnails, like not at all. I'm just looking up a random picture at Pinterest and I just put that as a thumbnail, and that's the fucking thumbnail. Yeah, I don't put a lot of effort into my videos, you know, but right now I'm thinking how cool it would be if more people would watch my videos. Like, that's kind of a cool thing, you know, because like it's hard to think about that like that when you're not on that level yet. When you are a small channel, then you can't imagine how it is if a lot of people react to your videos, you know. But maybe it makes me happy if that happens. I mean, I'm not saying it's like, oh, the best thing in the world, you know? I care a lot more about my art. But maybe it would even help my art if more people would watch my videos, because like more people would see my stuff, so I could link to my webtoon and more people would get into my webtoon and would share it and would see my vision, you know? Like, that's fucking cool. Yeah, I still don't know how much time I want to spend into YouTube, but right now I don't really want to do any YouTube videos because, as I said, they take me a lot of creative energy of mine, and I need that for my art, you know? So I'm not going to do that at the moment. But yeah, I was thinking, like, what if my channel is growing, you know? The thing is, I don't know why I'm crying right now. I'm not really sad, I'm just kind of confused. I cry so much in my videos. What is going on? What is going on? But like, the thing is, I'm imagining it sometimes, how it would be if I would have a bigger channel. You know, a channel that people will look up to. A channel that people would watch and would be into because they like me. You know, like, there is something cool about having a big channel and that you have a platform that you can share your thoughts on. You know that people will be invested into your stuff. You know, you don't feel alone anymore. I mean, those people are not your friends, but you are interesting enough for people that they want to see you. Like, there's something really cool about that, you know? And this feeling of having a community. And it's not just about me, it's also about my art. I'm getting more invested in this whole, or like, I'm accepting the whole like thing with being famous just because of the person I am. And now I'm thinking about it, and I think it's kind of cool. Maybe it was just a process. Maybe I just had to get used to the idea of doing YouTube videos. You know? Maybe I should just be happy about the simple things in life. And being liked for your personality is a simple thing, but there's no issue. And the reason why I was keep doing my videos was when people would just like me for my art, there would be something missing, because I felt like I kind of want those people to know who I am too. Because my art is my art, but the whole picture of me becomes more complete if people know who I am too. And I was like, I kind of want people to know who is the person behind it, because most artists, we don't really know them, you know? And I don't know, there's this generous thought of maybe it helps people to get more inspired when they know the person behind their art. Maybe they get even more invested into the art if they know the person. I truly think that is. I think if you like and have some connection to the person behind the art, people care even more about your art. They care already about your art because you are this kind of artist, you know. But see it with Fujimoto, the artist of Chainsaw Man. You kind of have a more personal feeling to him. It's also because of Chainsaw Man itself. But because what he was doing online on Twitter, or like this one video where he's trying to levitate, it's a really funny video, you have to watch it, it's really funny. It feels more personal, and I think this is a reason why people get even more emotions about Chainsaw Man, and why people are so invested, because they kind of know a little bit about Fujimoto. And they see his character, and I was like, I don't know if I want to invest all the time in my art, and people just see me as this amazing artist, and they may have another picture of me because they just see my art. I mean, it is kind of me, my art is kind of me, but showing this raw being of myself is kind of a cool like contrast to my art, because art takes a lot of work, and if people also see like the raw version of me, they see that I'm just a human being. Imagine if I created like an amazing piece of art, like an amazing piece of story, and you see all the development of me. And then you see me as a person. There is something like when I would be a viewer, I would ding that shit. I would be so invested. I would like to know so much about this artist. Because I would just sit there and be like, then this person make this art, but this person behind the art has also a lot of more stuff to offer, and is maybe even a totally not a human being that I would think it would be. Because it's interesting to see what someone expresses versus who they actually are. Because expressing yourself is a big part of you that you can't show in your raw form as a human being, but at the same time, it is just a part of you. And me sitting in front of the camera and documenting myself actually completes the picture in a totally new way. Imagine if people look at my webtoon first, and then they see me, and they get a totally new picture. It's interesting. And I think it's truly interesting for people to see that. And also like the whole other stuff, like me talking about my art in the future, me talking how I create those thoughts, talking about the whole process, Like, that's fucking cool, and I have a lot of stuff to share in the future. I'm just not really in the mood right now, but I'm gonna do that in the future. Maybe when more people are interested in my art, maybe I will be more interested in sharing stuff. Because right now I don't have a lot of readers, but that will happen for sure. I will also talk about manga and anime, but not in a like cutted version. And thinking about that, maybe having a big community makes me feel so fucking happy. And I know I'm not there yet. I know, to the people may watch this video now, I just have around 600 subscribers right now. I'm a small person right now on YouTube. But imagine if that channel would grow in the future and would reach 1 million subscribers. Maybe because of my art, I don't know if that will ever happen. Maybe it will never happen. Maybe I will just be at 10,000, which is also a great number, or 1,000. Maybe I will do this channel my whole life and I will just stay at 1,000 subscribers. I don't care. I keep going. It's just so much fun. It's so fun to do the videos. Even though I have after doing the videos, I have times where I'm like, it fucking sucks that I do YouTube videos. There is no purpose in it. But I'm slowly getting more into it. And it makes more sense to me. It's a process. It's really hard for me to talk about my art at the moment. because it's really hard to express all my feelings about it. It's really hard, but I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. mm, but I think what is also amazing having this channel, it's not just what this channel is right now, but what it also will be in the future. I think it's kind of cool. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm a little bit like Naruto when it comes to that. To grind from the bottom with nothing. You know, this is even how I started my manga. I started with pencil art because my laptop was broken to that time and I needed a new laptop and I didn't had one, but I already wanted to start my manga, so I just started with pencil art. And there's something so raw about this, but there is such a big ambition in this that I think people will be just invested in it because of the ambition. You know, I think if you are a truly ambitious person, it's so fucking easy to get people that like your stuff. Because I truly think that 99% of people on the world are not really ambitious. You know, look at all the people online. Look at the people in our generation. I talked about this in another video. I think why most people are not famous is just because they're not ambitious. And I mean, some people don't want to be famous, but I think if you are ambitious about your art, that means you will come back to it every day. And your feelings of ambition will get into your art, and it will just make people invested into your art. This is truly what I think, you know? I just think that if you have true feelings, no matter how good you are, even if you just started drawing yet, maybe when you are really bad at drawing, not a lot of people will read it at the beginning, but if you keep drawing, you will get better. And the more you draw, the faster you improve. And if you have like 1,000 chapters out, and in 1,000 chapters the art becomes good, then people will click on 1,000 chapter. Maybe they will skip the earlier chapters because they can't read the art, but there will be people reading the old stuff. You know, they will go through that shit because they see the ambition too, and someone who has ambition draws in another way than someone who doesn't. You know, someone that really feels strong for their art, I don't mean they can draw well, but there is something personal. There is a soul coming through your drawings that makes the whole thing different. Even if it's just almost stick figures at the beginning. I truly believe that you can even get famous with stick figures. I mean, look at Mob 100 or One Punch Man. The artist was not really that great, but because he had a certain kind of vision that made his art kind of unique and outstanding and kind of fun to read, and people were reading it. You know, people are reading that stuff, even though he is not the best like in his art, but there is something personal about his art. Because I think most people think when they want to draw a manga, it's like, oh, I have to become a better artist. It's more about the story. I read this in a comment recently, and one person keeps commenting on my video, and I can tell you, thank you again. I see that, and it makes a difference. I care about that. For real, you know. And I have always a really good comment. In general, my comment section is like most of the time it's just this one person commenting, but your comments are good, but also when I get other comments, they're really good. They feel really personal, you know? So my comments are always kind of fun to read. So I feel like I'm kind of a special person doing those videos, and I'm not giving up. Even though I'm not growing at the moment. I'm sticking at the same number of subscribers for like 3 months already. I didn't got one other subscriber. So one subscriber is always a big celebration. When I get one new subscriber, I'm happy already, you know? But I don't care. I keep going, you know? Maybe something will change in the future. I don't know, but I keep going. It just takes time and commitment. And this person said that too in the comment section. You said like it needs commitment for small channels to grow, and I think that's true. And if you do the commitment, you can grow. And it's not because you're not good enough. It's just that people don't see you. And I think this is a problem. Like when you look at your small numbers of clicks, you sometimes question yourself, am I good enough? Or am I a bad person? Am I a failure? But it's not the case. It's just that most people don't see it right now. If just 7 people see your video, well, of course, most people don't see your video then, you know? That's just how it is. But yeah, I really want to think about that right now. So like this whole thing of like doing those videos and starting with nothing, you know, and being really small for like maybe 5-6 years. It could be the case that I could totally think that's possible, that I don't grow at all and I'm stick with the same number of subscribers in 3 years, you know. Maybe that will happen. We don't know that. Or I will be like at 700 subscribers in 3 years, which is like 100 subscribers over 3 fucking years. But imagine if I would grow one day more and I would have maybe like 100,000 subscribers, which is much more people, which is a big number for me personally, or like 1 million subscribers. I just like to have those thoughts. Imagine if that would happen. And people would look back at my old videos and they see like this person was grinding and not giving up, even though she had sometimes like 3 clicks on her videos or 7 clicks. This is the current state I am right now. So this is kind of a documentation for people watching this in the future. And I just believe that happens. For some reason, I'm so convinced into myself. I'm so confident with myself that I just feel like I can do it. You know, I think Naruto was a really big influence on me, you know? He is a fictional character, but I don't see an issue there. I think you can still take characters like this as an inspiration, you know? So, maybe I will big channel in the future. And yeah, I hope also that people will connect me with my art, you know, that they see my art, they like to read my story. I don't know how on which level it will be in the future, but they see my art and they see me and they just see that and be like, I have now a picture of this person and of their art, and I'm really into that stuff right now. I really like this story, you know? I hope this is something I'm a little afraid of. We are right now at like, this year I did like 8 chapters of my story. Every month I release 1 chapter. I hope I can release more chapters in the future in a faster pace. I don't know what will happen when I work. I'm a little bit afraid of that. When I work, that I will have less time for my art, but I still think I will have enough time for grinding on my chapters. I think you can create a lot in art if you keep doing it. I just believe in that. I don't care about being realistic. I just believe in myself. I believe it. Believe it. I will become the next Hokage. Yeah. I don't know if I will, like, when I grow bigger, do a video every day in the future, but I kind of want to do that at the moment because I just have a lot of stuff to say, and I don't have I have friends, but I don't have a lot of friends in the moment. So I just need this, like, putting my thoughts out there somehow into the world, reaching people that hopefully get inspired by that, have their own thoughts about it, feel connected to that, be entertained by it. I mean, I'm not a comedian. I'm not really a big entertainer, but I kind of want to become a more funny person. And I guess the more you do videos, I already said it in another video, the more you do videos, the more you getting used to articulate yourself in an interesting way. You can see that with YouTubers even, you know. I don't know, like, I really like the channel Joey the Anime Man. The Anime Man, he's a big, I wouldn't say he started as an anime channel, an YouTube channel, an YouTuber, but he's not doing that much of anime content anymore. But, like, with his channel, you can see that he seems more like he is still a normal person, but he seems more casual in, like, his first videos. And now he can articulate himself so well. Like, you truly can see he is kind of he is a video creator. You feel that he is a YouTuber. He is a YouTube personality, and it makes something with you filming yourself and talking to a camera over a couple of years. You start to be more self-aware, and you know how to phrase yourself in a better way. I think that is something that you can see that people evolve in, you know. And hopefully, when I feel ready, I'm going to show my face. Maybe that will make also a difference. Maybe when I show my face, more people will watch my videos. That could happen. Maybe. Yeah. I want to talk more. I just really like the idea of, like, growing and having a bigger channel. Maybe that would make me happy. I don't know. Maybe I'm disillusional because just having a bigger viewership doesn't make your life automatically better, you know? But you can look at it and you can be like, yeah, I truly achieved something. I worked hard for that. I did a video every fucking day and I worked my ass. I mean, I didn't work, I just talk. I don't work my ass off. I don't cut the video, but I grinded every day that I kind of did a video every day. And now I am here and I have a bigger channel. I can see the success. I think there is something amazing about that. I think this feeling must be a great feeling, to see that you grow. This is so cool about YouTube, that you can see it growing. You shouldn't be obsessed with numbers. I said this in another video already, but I said there can be a healthy approach to it when you're not too obsessed with YouTube, that you just see your whole development. You start from 0 subscribers, and then you start to develop over time, and you grow bigger. Your videos become more refined, I mean, and you see, like, a bigger number there. You see more people reaching out for you. You see more people commenting. You see, like, that you getting bigger and bigger. I think there is something cool about that, you know, to see how it develops, to see the whole development. I truly think there is something cool about that. I repeated myself. Sorry. One thing I'm also really proud of recently, I read Nietzsche every day. And I can't really put into words what he's writing about. It's really hard for me. It's so deep that I just read it and it's fun to read, but I don't remember a thing. I don't know if anything is sticking in my mind, in my brain, um, with the stuff he's talking about, but I guess I have to read it more often to actually memorize what he's talking about, because he's talking about so many things. Maybe I'm just not used to read a lot. And I'm doing this to become a better artist too, to broaden my perspective, to maybe that influences my art in a positive way when I read, you know? It's the same approach I have when I watch anime, that I feel like I'm not just watching anime for the entertaining part, but I also watch anime to learn something new. What anime already has done, what I can learn from other anime, and apply those skills to my art again. You know, it just feels great to non-stop learn and develop as an artist, even when you don't draw. That just feels great, you know. And I'm realizing the development. My English became much better, and I also realized that I can talk much better, and I can vocalize myself better. So that's really cool. Yeah. Half an hour in. We're talking half an hour. And yeah, the reason, for example, took uh, why I took programming as a job that I kind of want to get into and that want to work in, is because programming is a skill that you always can develop. You never stop. You're always getting better and better and better. You develop, you develop, you develop. That's the same with art in a way. You always can improve in art. It's a never ending story. Mm, and that's what I like about it. You know, and it's kind of the same with YouTube. You're consistently improving as a person. So the more you do YouTube videos and evolve in other areas of your life, the more interesting stuff you have to share as a person, and the deeper you get. I mean, it's the same with like philosophers. The deeper they write their books, the better they get as philosophers. The more thought they put into their works, the better they become. And there's so much stuff. There is so much stuff I could share with you about my story. And because this story, Stonebreaker, is 7 years old already, before I actually started to draw it as a comic, as a manga. And there's so much thought put into it that I just have so much to share about this whole journey. I think this is going to be interesting for people. And I'm right now, I'm always feeling good when I do a video. When I do a video, I always feel good. After that, I feel like shit. But I'm looking optimistic into the future. And I don't know. This is the cool thing about life. You don't know what will happen in 3 years. You don't know where I am in 3 years. Maybe I am in the same state. Maybe my life didn't really. This is how I feel the whole time. I think this is why I kind of get depressed, because I feel like my life is not changing. But maybe my life changed in 3 years. We don't know what happened. 3 years is a long time. I don't know what will happen in 3 years. Maybe I met new people in 3 years. Maybe I have new friends in 3 years. I don't know. Because I'm working hard for it. I'm drawing my manga. I'm programming sometimes. I'm reading books. I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm grinding. I can be proud of myself. And I should be proud of myself. And I am right now. Yeah. And still like this idea of like having a bigger community and having more people watching me just feels fucking good. And I think I can do that. I think it just takes time. I kind of think it's cool to be a big YouTube personality. YouTube personality sounds fucking weird, but I don't want to be just seen as a YouTuber. I want to be seen as an art. Like, I want people to take my webtoon serious. I want my webtoon to get famous with... It's not really about the fame, it's more about the influence you can take on people. Not really with the videos now, but especially with the art. And I just look optimistic in the future that my art is not the best, but my story is so good that if people figure out my story through my videos, they will be invested into it. It just takes time. But I think it will happen. I think if you are an ambitious person, going back to the beginning of the video, and that people can feel that through who you are in your video, when you're a believer, and when they feel you are kind of a special kind of human being, and everybody can become special if you keep going, keep working, keep grinding. If you are not afraid of being yourself and being an ambitious person, I truly think people are invested in what you are creating. And it's not just... I think you can have what you want in life, and what you want from people can be real when you are yourself. When you say like, hey guys, I would be really happy if you read my manga, and you see like the whole passion behind it. Because the thing is, there are a lot of like there are some comic artists on YouTube, but what I noticed that a lot of them don't really share a lot about their works online, and it doesn't even feel really passionate. It feels like they're just doing it, but... And I never really saw a comic artist that was really passionate about, like... I mean, I don't talk about comic artists who just are really skilled and are really great. They're good artists. Like Sam Lazarus is a really amazing artist, and like he is really good, but he has not like his own comic. I'm talking about people especially who have their own webtoon. I don't really see them being like really personal and passionate about it. It feels more like, oh, I'm having a webtoon and that's it, and it's not really... It doesn't feel like their personal work, or they don't really share about anything about their story. And imagine if Stonebreaker, and I truly think that will happen one day, that Stonebreaker will have a big fandom, and people will share will be invested into my video, not just because of me, but also because I'm the creator of Stormbreaker. Because they like the story, but also they see the passion that I have. They see that I have so much vision. And because they see me having so much passion for it, they just become more invested in reading it. But the story stands already. I have so much passion for it because it's a good story. It's a story you can be passionate about. It's a good story. It's like the story is growing it's their own plant that is growing for itself. And I'm passionate about it, and we both kind of are triggering each other, even though like I'm creating the story, but it feels like its own human being in a way. Yeah. So that was the video. Thank you very much for everybody who was watching this video. You know the usual stuff on YouTube. When you want to support me, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment on it, and support me on my other social media. I would really like if you would subscribe, especially to my Instagram, because I'm sharing art stuff there. I'm having an art account there, and I would be really happy about everybody reading my webtoon, because it's just at the start of its whole journey. But yeah, the link is in the video channel description, so check it out on Webtoon, not Manga Plus Creators, but Webtoon. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking optimistic into the future. I'm not giving up. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.